You won't believe what happened when a couple of fake HOA cops tried to take my firewood and found out my supplier was a former U.S. forest ranger. So this happened last winter. I live in a small neighborhood where the HOA takes itself way too seriously. They've sent warnings for everything: too many garden gnomes, a noisy wind chime, even for painting my mailbox the wrong shade of black. But this time, they crossed the line. I had just gotten a big firewood delivery from my usual guy, Bill. Retired ranger, tough as nails, and knows more about trees than most people know about their own kids. He even tags his wood sources to make sure they're legal and sustainable. A true pro. Anyway, the next day I come outside and see two guys in cheap-looking uniforms, badges printed on lanyards, loading my firewood into the back of a pickup. Said, "Hey, what are you doing? That's my wood." They tell me they're enforcing HOA environmental policy and that storing firewood is a code violation. Total nonsense. Firewood isn't banned, and even if it were, they can't. Just take it. I told them to stop. They told me to call the HOA if I had a problem, so I did, but I called Bill first. 15 minutes later, Ranger Bill shows up in his old Park Service jacket and boots. No nonsense. He calmly walks up, looks at the men, and says, "You're trespassing, that's private property, and you're attempting theft of federal tagged timber." The fake HOA cops froze. Their faces turned white. One of them dropped a log. Bill took out his phone and said, "You have two choices, leave now or stay for the sheriff." They left. Fast. Turns out they weren't even HOA employees, just some nosy neighbors on the Volunteer Enforcement Committee who thought they had real authority. The HOA had no idea and later sent them a warning. So, yeah, morale of the story? Know your rights, question fake authority, and if you're ever in doubt, make sure your firewood guy is a former ranger with zero patience for nonsense. And hey, don't mess with people's firewood in the middle of winter. If this blew your mind, hit that like button, subscribe for more wild neighborhood stories, and drop a comment if your HOA's ever gone too far.